Oi, lads.
Card 1. Cavern of Souls. Land. As Cavern of Souls enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Add 1 mana of any colour, spend this mana only to cast a creature spell of the chosen type, and that spell can't be countered. Obviously insane in your tribal strategies. Also, it could be good as a one-of in ramp, maybe, to get uncounterable Atraxa. Card 2. The Ancient One. 2 mana 8/8. The Ancient One can't attack or block unless there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard. For 4, you can draw and discard. When you discard a card this way, target player mills card equals to its mana value. 2 mana 8/8. Card number 3. Anim Pakal, the 1000th Moon. 3 mana Boros rare. Legendary creature human soldier. Whenever you attack with 1 or more non-known creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on Anim Pakal. Then create X 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature tokens that are tapped and attacking, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on Anim Pakal. So this is kinda in between Adeline and Krenko. Incredibly good. Incredibly good. Go next. Brass's Tunnel Grinder. The first time I read this, I thought it was bad. Second time I read it, I considered myself to be an idiot for thinking it was bad. Brass's Tunnel Grinder. Legendary artifact. Enters the battlefield, discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards +1. At the beginning of your end step, if you descended this turn, put a boar counter on Brass's Tunnel Grinder. Then if there are 3 or more boar counters on it, remove those counters and transform it into Ixalan the Searing Rift, which is a red land with, whenever you cast a permanent spell using mana produced by Ixalan the Searing Rift, discover X, where X is that spell's mana value. This card is simply 3 mana, draw a card, wait 2 turns, and win the game. Like, actually unbelievably strong. There is no deck that can beat this land. Unless they kill it, and there's like 1 card in the game that kills it, but see you. Next card is Malcolm Alluring Scoundrel. Legendary creature Siren Pirate. 2 mana flash flyer. When Malcolm deals damage to a player, put a chorus counter on it, draw a card, discard a card. Pretty good. If you get to 4 counters, you can cast the card. You'll rarely get to 4 counters, but that doesn't matter. It's a 2 mana flash flyer with loots. It's very, very strong. I think it will, I think you will play this in at least Esper Legends, maybe some other places. But this goes in Esper Legends for sure. Next, Molten Collapse. 2 mana sorcery. Choose 1. If you descended this turn, you may choose both instead. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent with mana value 1 or less. This is obviously really good. Removal spell. 2 mana removal spell with a plus. We take those. Then we've got all the creature lands that will obviously get played. We have Squirming Emergence, 3 mana sorcery. Return to the battlefield target non-land permanent card, not creature, any permanent, in your graveyard with mana value less than or equal to the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. In a world of 5 mana reanimator spells, we've got a random one that costs 3 for no reason. And like, absolutely absurd. Sunken Citadel. Sunken Citadel enters the battlefield tapped. As it enters, choose a colour. Tap, add 1 mana of the chosen colour. 2, or tap to add 2 mana of the chosen colour and spend this mana only to activate ability of land sources. This is, I believe, an easy 4-of in any 3-colour deck that does not have a triome. So, I'll go through them again. We're talking Temur, we're talking Sultai, we're talking Abzan, we're talking Jeskai, we're talking Mardu. Great land in all of those decks. Take me to next, please. Jund, not Jund, because you've already got the Triome in Jund, right? 1000 Moon Smithy. 4 mana legendary artifact. When it enters the battlefield, create a white gnome soldier artifact creature token with this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of artifacts and or creatures you control. artifacts and creatures total. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you may tap 5 untapped artifacts and/or creatures. If you do, you transform into the Barracks of the 1,000. And every time you cast an artifact or a creature, for the rest of the game, you make a huge fucking dumbass. So this is... It's like... What is the enchantment one called? It's like the enchantment one that makes spirits, but for some reason, you get a creature like when you cast it. It's crazy. Hallowed Haunting, yeah. It's like Hallowed Haunting, but you get a huge dumbass like when you cast it. You don't have to wait until you cast something else first. And Hallowed Haunting's already decent. And finally we have Wail of the Forgotten. 2 mana sorcery, choose one. If you've got 8 or more permanents in your graveyard, choose all of them. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Opponent discards a card. Draw a card, fill your graveyard. Easy clap. Easy clappers. That's my list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards. Not bad. Not bad for a 10 set standard, 11 cards.
Ecuador! Ecuador!